Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. How does everybody feel? The week is coming to a close. I'm going to lift this up a little bit more. I don't know about you guys, but I am here in Atlanta, Georgia, and we are going back to school next week. We're almost year-round school, and I am thrilled. I need to get back on my schedule. I miss my schedule. I think the kids miss the schedule too. We're a fairly scheduled family, but there's just something about summer break, and I'm ready to go. So welcome today to our Lesson 10 Talk. This is Sneakered Life Coaching, and I am Piper Harris. If you've never met me before, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. So simple versus easy. Excuse me, simple versus easy. You know, simple and easy are not synonymous. Tongue twister. However, most of the time we use these words interchangeably. Simple means the concept is not complex. However, it can still be difficult, and it can be simple. So is it simple to create an agenda and a list of things to do? Yes. Is it simple to create these less than 10 talks each day, every week? Yes. So whereas easy refers to the action actually being performed without difficulty, right? Or with less difficulty. So is it simple to create an agenda and a list of things to do and follow through? No. Is it easy to create these less than 10 talks for each day of the week? No. So most of us absolutely prefer easy. We do, right? Especially when we have this list that's a mile long to accomplish. And in fact, this morning I was faced with just that. So I woke up, I had a great night. I surprised my husband last night, and I took him to a Braves game without the kids, and we had so much fun. But it meant that it was a later night than normal for me. And so I slept kind of fitfully last night, and I woke up this morning and my mind was just swirling with everything that I had to accomplish. I mean, it was just swirling. And so I was sitting on the couch drinking my coffee, trying to figure out, how do I tackle this day? And an old associate of mine sent me a message, and it made me giggle out loud. And she said, "Your social media is so pretty." And I giggled because I am not a social media maven. I am not. I'm not a social media marketer. But the interesting thing, when I was talking to her, I said, "Thank you. It was such a compliment." But I have, over the years, simplified my approach. I've done all the marketing classes. I paid for someone to coach me. I've done all those things. I've spent hundreds and hundreds, thousands of dollars. And ultimately, for me, I simplified, and I said to her, "You know, I appreciate that, but I've learned over all these years of running a business, simplicity is key. Simplicity is key." But it spurred me because I'm sitting on the couch and my mind is just all over the place. What do I have to do? What do I have to accomplish? Oh my gosh, I have to get downstairs and work out. I'm trying to get back into that habit. And so my mind's swirling, and I was fighting. Do I go downstairs and work out? What am I going to do? So I begrudgingly got my gym clothes on. I'm like, I've got this. I can do this. And I sat down and I wrote this complex lifting program. I love to lift. But I'm sitting there and I'm writing it out, and the complexity of it just made that anxiety that I was already feeling about the day ahead even more intense. And I thought about what she said, and I thought about my response to her, that when I find simplicity, that's key. So I completely scrapped the workout. I was like, this is crazy. I've got the barbell, I've got dumbbells, I've got the pull-up bar. I mean, it was just too much. And I scrapped it. And I looked at that battle rope on the wall, and I was like, one piece of equipment, and I'm telling you, it kicked my butt. But here is the thing. I needed to accomplish that one task. I needed to free up my mental space. But by writing that convoluted program, I just felt more anxiety about the other things coming ahead. But by simplifying and focusing on the one task, it freed my mental space. It freed my mental space. Now listen, one piece of equipment. It was simple, but it was not easy. It was one of the hardest workouts I've had all summer long. So I was thinking about this simple versus easy. By simplifying, we're freeing up that mental space, and it helps us to achieve the goals and tasks at hand. But you need to do this by defining exactly what your tasks and intentions are. I sat on this couch this morning and I just had this whirlwind of thoughts going through my mind. Then I poured it out on my programming and I scrapped it because it was not clearly defined. Get your workout in. I have to create a solid, definable to-do list, tasks and intentions. So my tasks and intentions for my day that was just a mess, I had like 20, 30 things going on through my head was, okay, I've got to spark interest, I've got to grow the network, I've got to increase sales, and I've got to spur excitement. That's what was going through my head, in addition to I got to go work out. This is not easy, nor is it simple. However, my mind was racing and having a hard time focusing because these are not clearly defined goals. So when you're considering simple versus easy, the key component of simplicity, of simplifying the tasks ahead of you, is defining them. So for example, compared to what I was thinking this morning, I sat down after my crazy workout with one piece of equipment. I thought, okay, I'm going to spark interest through 1 to 3 client stories per week. Engage my network daily through social media platforms by creating videos and blogs, no less than 4. I'm going to be joining identified groups that are going to create local awareness and support. I'm going to increase my sales by 3% by mid-August through the sharing of material while also sparking interest with in real life stories and expectations of end results when coaching with me. That's way more defined, isn't it? Now, it's still not easy, but by me breaking down those tasks and defining them, I feel like I have more control. I freed up that mental space of not really knowing where I'm going to go with things. It's definitely not easy, but I simplified my thought process, and I'm breaking it down by small tasks today. I've given my big overview of what I need to do and what that looks like. And today I've broken it down by 3. I have my top 3 tasks that I've clearly defined that I'm going to be accomplishing. And again, by simplifying what's ahead of me, I'm clearing up that mental space. I don't feel overwhelmed and discombobulated. I know what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go after it. So by defining and recognizing your intent, you're focusing on your priorities, and you're breaking up away from that gnarled mess in your mind. Simplicity is the key to success. So let me ask you, what do you need to simplify? Do you need to stop going for the easy because maybe the other just kind of intimidates you? Try simplifying. Try defining your intentions. What do you need to do to simplify? Who do you need to partner with? So, what are your top 3, just 3 tasks today? Define them, simplify them. By simplifying, or simplify by defining. So there's such a difference between simple versus easy. We all have a mile long of tasks running through our mind. But if we can just take a breath and focus and prioritize our intentions and our tasks by simplifying and defining, you can take a deep breath. So who would have thought that an old associate making a very nice compliment spurred me into simplifying my workout and my day? I feel in control, I feel focused, It's exactly what I needed. Simplicity is key to your success. So I'm Piper Harris with Sneakered Life Coaching. Thank you for joining me today for a Less Than 10 talk, where I hope to bring you tips, tools, and tricks so that you can create a life that drives, empowers, excites, and motivates you. If you have any questions about coaching with me, please head on over to piperharris.net. Thanks again, and I'll be speaking to you all very soon.